Wolfepit sheep mystery meat hot dogs. I don't know about like what's the name said every week is mystery meat. How about that? The good, the bad, and the gross. Some of those dogs will have you turning your head and turning your stomach. Oh no. So let's see.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today I'm going to be trying 6 of the cheaper brand of hot dogs that I could find. Some of these hot dogs will contain all chicken, a combination of pork and chicken, or all turkey. In other words, they're all 4 meat slurry concoctions.
Yeah, that's right there. Only one I know about is the Oscar Mayer in the ballpark. And with like 2 different ballparks. And the Bar S, I think those are like $1. And that one called Galloway, whatever the heck that company is. I've seen them around, but to me, it's gonna come down to because you have to get in the mood. You have to get in the mood for hot dogs and shit like that. But it's gonna come down to Oscar Mayer probably in the ballpark. The other stuff is just.
Just think of them as mystery meat tube steaks. Because just because it says chicken, pork, or turkey doesn't mean you're getting premium cuts of those meats. There's got to be some undesirable parts in these tube steaks. But hey, if they're cheap
they say hot
and they
dogs,
taste
a bunch
good,
of everything.
who cares? As long as it's not harmful, what we don't know shouldn't bother us. We're going to try all the hot dogs cold, right out of the package first.
Cold?
And then come back around
Woo!
after they've been fried for a few minutes. Let's start with a 12-ounce package of Gwaltney Original Chicken Hot Dogs.
Gwaltney?
They cost $1.54.
That name's terrible.
I don't know about you, but when I see the words mechanically separated any kind of meat, you know the end result is going to be the highest quality product you can get.
Could have said gluttony.
There's 8 1.5-ounce hot dogs per package. Each hot dog has 90 calories, 7 grams of total
sodium,
fat, 2 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 25 milligrams of cholesterol, 410 milligrams of sodium, 4 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 5 grams of protein. Now shake the Gwaltney chicken hot dog like a prison snitch. Now that's kind of an odd-shaped hot dog. Sent to the old pie hole, and down the gullet it went. When I bit into it, it had a pretty good texture, it wasn't real soft, and it wasn't real hard, and it had a mild smoky flavor, and overall was a decent cheap hot dog. Now let's go over the 15-ounce package of ballpark franks that are made with chicken and pork and cost $2.99.
Them shit's like $4 or $5
Here's
now.
the list of ingredients. I'm going to assume that all of these hot dogs have some sort of mechanically separated meat. I wonder if that's a standard with all hot dogs. What do you, the people, think? Speaking of you, the people, let me know in the comments and hit that like button if you want to see a review of all beef hot dogs. I found it interesting that these are chicken and pork hot dogs, but they have beef stock in them as well. There's 8 1.875-ounce hot dogs per package. Each hot dog has 130 calories, 11 grams of total fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, no polyunsaturated fat, no monounsaturated fat, 45 milligrams of cholesterol, 480 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 5 grams of protein. Now let's stick a fork in a cold ballpark frank.
Never eat hot dogs cold.
When I bit into the ballpark frank, the skin was tough and chewy. But the flavor of the inside is what caught me off guard. It had like a floral flavor, kind of like I was eating potpourri. I didn't care for that at all, and I did not like the mushy texture either. I know for a fact that I've had ballpark hot dogs before, but I don't remember when, and I certainly don't remember them tasting like this. And I didn't see anything in the ingredient list that would give it a floral flavor. It's just weird. Now let's try what everyone wishes they were, an Oscar Mayer wiener. This 16-ounce package of uncured wieners made with turkey, chicken, and pork costs $2.84. Here's
It's
a list of
$4
ingredients.
now.
And the turkey and chicken are mechanically separated, but the pork is not. These also contain cherry powder. I've never heard of cherry powder. I wonder if that's for flavoring or color.
Cherry powder. What?
Now there's 10 1.6 ounce hot dogs per package. Each hot dog has 110 calories, 10 grams of total fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 35 milligrams of cholesterol, 420 milligrams of sodium, 1 gram of carbohydrates, no fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 5 grams of protein. Now let's poke and try the Oscar Mayer Wiener. Out of the wieners we tried so far, the Oscar Mayer Wiener is the nicest looking wiener so far. The wiener had a nice snap when I bit into it, and it was bursting with a subtle smoky flavor with just the right amount of salt. And the texture was perfect. It was nice and firm, but not too firm. These must have been the hot dogs that I ate cold as a kid. As soon as I tasted the Oscar Mayer Wiener, it took me back to the 1970s while I was snacking on a cold hot dog, watching Batman and Robin with the caption fight sounds on an antenna TV. I really like these. Now let's try the 12-ounce package of Bar S Classic.
Oh, those. She wasn't crazy about
that.
them.
Cost $1.49. Here's a list of ingredients, and they actually have a little bit of beef in these as well. There's 8 1.5 ounce hot dogs per package. Each hot dog has 110 calories, 9 grams of total fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 430 milligrams of sodium, 3 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 3 grams of protein. Now let's try one of the Bar S hot dogs. And the Bar S hot dogs seem really, really wet out of the package. When I bit into it, I didn't really like the texture at all. There was no snap to the skin, and the inside was really, really soft and mushy. But it did have one thing in common with their bologna. It had no flavor whatsoever. Now I know for a fact that I've never tried these. Ballpark turkey
dogs,
which for a 15-ounce pack cost $3.99. Now that's some hot hour mechanically separated turkey. Here's the list of ingredients.
Mechanically separate.
There's 8 1.875 hot dogs per package. Each hot dog has 120 calories, 7 grams of total fat, 2 grams of saturated fat,
sodium, no boy.
30
holy sodium.
430 milligrams of sodium, 6 grams of
sodium is hell, boy.
No fiber, 2 grams of sugars, and 7 grams of protein. Now let's try a ballpark turkey dog, and this will be a first for me. And it looks like a normal hot dog, and I'm not sure why I would think it would look any different. It may have looked like a normal hot dog, but to my surprise, it tasted nothing like any hot dog I've ever tried. That turkey hot dog was horrid. I'm not sure what can make a turkey hot dog taste so bad versus a chicken and pork hot dog. I'm not even sure how to describe the taste of the hot dog. It was just plain gross. Now for the final cold hot dog test, let's try the 12-ounce package of Gwaltney Great Dogs Franks made with chicken and pork, which costs $1.54.
Gwaltney, that name is horrible.
Here's a list of ingredients.
Mechanically separated chicken. Oh, boy.
There's 8 1.5 ounce hot dogs per pack. Each hot dog has 120 calories, 8 grams of total fat, 2.5 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 30 milligrams of cholesterol, 570 milligrams of sodium, 5 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 6 grams of protein. Now let's give the Gwaltney chicken and pork hot dog a try. And that's actually a pretty tasty hot dog, and very similar to the Gwaltney chicken hot dog, but better. It had a nice snap when you bit into it, a subtle smokiness, and a great flavor without being too salty.
I heard them, I never had them.
Now for the fried hot dogs, and I fried them all in a little bit of butter for 4 minutes. Starting off with the Gwaltney chicken hot dogs. Okay, I was at a loss, and I know I'm not going crazy because my daughter said the same thing. Initially, the Gwaltney chicken hot dog tasted like Chinese food, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, just a weird thing. I guess it was kind of like a wok hay, if you will, from the nutty butter and the fried hot dogs. The hot dogs still had a nice snap to them and good flavor, but the inside loosened up just a bit and wasn't as firm. But still, an overall, pretty tasty hot dog. Now for the fried ballpark frank. And if you remember, when they were cold, straight out of the package, they had a floral flavor to them, which I did not like at all. Thankfully, once they were fried in butter, the floral flavor dissipated, and they actually turned out to be a pretty decent hot dog. I guess some hot dogs taste good cold, and some don't.
Try them cold. That can stay there. I'm tired, boy. Trying to hang in there. Oh.
Now for the butter fried Oscar Mayer wiener. That looks nice and fatty, and that's a good thing. Fat equals flavor.
That's what she said.
So into the old pie hole, and down the gullet it went. Now that was a good, cheap hot dog. And as you can tell, there wasn't any left of it. We ate the whole damn thing.
Is that the Oscar Mayer? I missed
a nice snap to it when you bit into it. A subtle smoky flavor. And a good saltiness without being overly salty.
I think that was the Oscar Mayer.
Now for the butter fried Bar S Classic Franks.
Yeah, okay. The Bar S. See that in the store all the time.
And to say the insides were mushy and the hot dog got limpy is an understatement. Although pan frying it did give it a little bit of flavor, which it had none when it was cold.
All right, stop showing that.
Inside
that didn't look right there for a minute.
It was edible, but not very good.
Bar S. That's one bar you don't want to go to.
Now for the butter fried ballpark turkey franks.
Turkey fry. I had turkey dogs one time.
It doesn't look too bad after being fried. And then I took a bite, and the butter did everything it could to make this hot dog edible. But just barely. I wouldn't get these again, that's for sure. Frying in butter has helped all of these hot dogs taste somewhat better. But butter makes everything taste better. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And finally, for the butter-fried Gwaltney chicken and pork hot dog.
That name, though, I still can't add Gwaltney.
It looks good enough to eat to me. Then into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went.
That's why I said
now that's a good hot dog.
She looks good enough to eat.
The skin had a nice snap to it. The flavor had a subtle smokiness to it. And it was salty, but not overly salty. Now I'm going to rank these hot dogs from worst to best. The Bar S Classic Franks were my least favorite. They really had no flavor when they were cold or once they were fried. I think the only flavor they did have was from the butter that they were fried in.
There was another one he didn't bring up. I think they're still at the dollar store. The Armour hot dogs. Not on the list, so maybe he likes that kind. I don't know.
Next were the ballpark turkey franks, which when they were cold, they were gross.
Cold dogs.
Once they
I
were
still can't get
pan-fried
over
in
that.
butter, they were somewhat edible.
I did that one time, I think when I was little, never again.
At number 4, we had the ballpark franks made with chicken and pork, which when they were cold, they had a strange floral flavor to them, like we were eating potpourri. But once they were fried, the potpourri flavor went away, and they were decent. Coming in at number 3 was Gwaltney's original chicken hot dog. They had a good flavor and good texture, both cold out of the package and pan fried. Coming in at number 2, we had Gwaltney Great Dogs, Franks, made with chicken and
I
pork.
thought you would have liked, what's that
These
called?
had a slightly better flavor and texture compared to the Gwaltney chicken hot dogs.
Of course, you're not number 1.
Now for the number 1 spot, and my favorite
course.
was Oscar Mayer's uncured wieners made with turkey, chicken, and pork. Whether they are or they aren't, these didn't taste like a cheap hot dog. Both cold and hot, the skin had a nice snap,
Oscar
the
Mayer
hot
ain't
dogs
cheap.
had a nice
Not
texture
anymore.
and great flavor. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, Oscar Mayer ain't cheap. Them things, all of them like $4 a piece. Them and the I usually get the cheese dogs. But yeah, and then Ballpark, he said, I don't know if he said it's Ballpark. When it said it tastes like potpourri was the other one, but I don't remember Ballpark dogs being nasty. Now them other things, Bar S and all this other stuff I never heard of, the Gwaltney and all this other Gwaltney, Glutton, whatever these weird names. So yeah, I never known the Ballpark to be nasty. I thought I knew Oscar Mayer would be number 1, and number 2, I thought he Ballpark. Oh, he didn't mention the Nathan's Famous. That puts all of them on the ground, all of them down. Go to New York, get the real hot dogs, and, you know. But whether in the package or you go to New York yourself. I never forget. Wasn't New York, but catching the cab home. The guy, hey, 2 dogs. You know, he was ready. He had 2 dogs. So they had the hot dog vendors out there, having the hot dogs in the boiling water rough with it, ready to go with it. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be like I said, I was right about Oscar Mayer. I thought Ballpark was number 2, but damn, that was something.